Hello, good evening, everyone. Hey, Bhaswar sir.
Hi,
Good evening. How are you?
hi. Good evening. What? It's not evening for you. What time of the day is it for you? It's
It's
afternoon,
evening,
right?
almost after evening. It's 4:30 p.m.
Right. Okay.
It's night for you, but I'm considering it evening. I can't say good night.
Yeah, Saturday evening is 9 o'clock is Saturday evening.
Yes, yes, correct, correct. So, this is like the 22nd episode of my author collaborative. So, welcome to you, first of all. And I'm very
Thank
excited
you.
to talk to you. Before I begin my barrage of questions, so many questions that I have for you, can you just
My
introduce
goodness.
yourself?
Okay, sure. My name is Bhashar Mukherjee. By profession, I used to be a banker. I've been a banker for many years. After
Okay.
which, around 2005, I quit banking and set up my own company into training and consulting in the banking domain.
Oh,
I started writing around 2014 because I was very much of an accidental writer. And then that's what started my writing journey. What about? I'm married. I've got a daughter who's working in the US. So we are very much empty nesters, and I stay in Chennai.
okay. Okay, so first of all, you put out the disclaimer, we are anti-nationals. That's very interesting. So tell us about your book, It Happens, which we are going to discuss in depth, but I want you to tell the viewers about it.
Okay, it happens comprises 15 stories. Now these stories, most of them were picked up from my entries into the Write India contest, which is essentially a crowdsourced writing platform which was created by Times of India in 2015.
Okay.
I've been writing for all the seasons, and what I thought of doing was taking up about 15 of those stories, which are largely dealing with human relationships, and create an anthology out of it. Before it happens happened, which was so the soft copy came out in May this year, last year, 2020,
Hmm.
and the physical copy came out around October, November because of the pandemic. Before that, so before this book happened, I was a contributing author to a number of anthologies. Sudha Murthy has picked up my book, Ravinder Singh has picked up my book, and I've been very fortunate that a number of authors who are basically giving the prompts for Write India also picked up my stories. So we had Samitav Ghosh picked up my story, Upanayan Chatterjee, Ashwin Sanghi, Nayantara Sahgal, Vivek Shambhag, and so on.
Those are some
So
very popular
that's it.
and well-known names. So actually, I have to be very honest with you. These were the names that I read in your, blurb, and I was like, I have to read this book. How can I not read a book which is recommended by the beauties of the industry? So that's how I picked up the book, and I absolutely loved it. And I have said so many good things about it in the review itself, but I have to tell you in
Yes, thank
person
you so
also.
much.
So,
Just a quick disclaimer. The comments were not about the book; they were about my writing because they were talking about the submissions I had given to them. So I don't know whether they've actually read the book, but for the stories I had contributed, they liked it. So there was more on my writing. So
yes, correct. Okay. So, I have a few questions related to the book and your writing journey. So,
sure,
if you are open to it, I'll just go on with the questions now.
absolutely.
Yes. So, as you mentioned, the book deals with a lot of human relationships. As an author myself, I find it sometimes difficult to, bring out those emotions which I am feeling on the paper. I mean, as a reader, if will the person feel the same way that I'm trying to convey? So, tell us which emotion, according to you, is the hardest to put on paper, and which one do you find the most challenging to write?
I have got one answer for both. I think humor is very difficult to put on paper. Writing something which can make people laugh is extremely tough, and I've only known one person in my entire life who's done it, which is PG Woodhouse. So to me, writing humor is extremely tough.
Which is very true. I am actually working on a humor book right now, and I can tell you it's no joke. Yeah.
Would love to read it because humor is the expressions of humor take a variety of forms, but when you're writing, you're constrained by only the written word. So it
Yes.
becomes very difficult to use, all those expressions and emotions in your writing. It's very tough. I find it tough.
Okay, so my next question is you were talking about how you have contributed to so many anthologies and how your stories have been all over the place. So tell us how can one go about exploring such platforms?
Okay, so the the Times of India platform was open for everyone. So I also picked it up from an advertisement in the newspaper. I think the important thing is that there are now a number of groups on the social media, and I think one needs to become members of those groups, and you can do that. You can. So what happens is it keeps you in touch with a number of opportunities which keep coming up.
Hmm.
There are a number of platforms both here and outside India which are available, and a lot of these social media networking brings you in touch with those platforms. Having said that, I actually haven't explored many platforms, so a
Hmm.
lot of my stories were on the Write India contest itself. So it's not that I have written on various platforms, but yes,
Okay.
there are opportunities. So especially abroad, there are lots of them. Some of them, unfortunately, are paid,
Hmm.
and when you're talking about the Indian rupee vis-a-vis the pound or the dollar, it's always a challenge. But there are a number of free writing sites as well. So if anybody is interested to kind of test out, I think there are lots of platforms one can write on.
Yes, and social media is definitely a boon in that matter, where you can explore as many opportunities as there are, which
Yeah,
I believe there are thousands.
lots of them. Yeah.
Yeah. My next question to you is because I have faced it myself, both the sides of it I have faced. There are people who say that they only prefer paperbacks, but there are some who also say that why are you insisting so much on paperbacks because paperbacks are now obsolete. So tell us what you think about it. Is are paperbacks really becoming that rest less relevant?
My answer is no. And I can tell you this with a certain degree of confidence because I found my book, because of the pandemic, both versions didn't come out together.
Hmm.
So the e version came out before and the hard copy came later. And a number of people, and this is regardless of the age category, because I would principally think that if you're like a fuddy duddy like me, a little older, you can perhaps would like to read a paperback and you're not very comfortable with print. But I found that a number of people across age groups prefer reading the hard copy, reading a paperback, reading the physical copy. They don't enjoy reading it on a Kindle or a Kobo or a Google Reads or whatever you have. So to
Yeah.
my mind, physical books are not going away. However, this pandemic has changed equation for bookstores because I still feel that the rush into bookstores will take some time to come. But yes, you can now order physical copies even directly from an Amazon or Flipkart or whatever. So the physical book is here to stay. I don't think it's going away in a hurry.
And to add to that, I am currently staying in Europe, and I can tell you from my own experience that at least in Europe, the people are still, very much insistent on reading paperbacks. They do not want to read on a digital device. They don't want digital copies. So what you said is something I can also relate to, and with say with guarantee that yes, paperbacks are here to stay. They are not going anywhere.
Yeah, because I think as far as e-books are concerned, I could use the I personally do all my reading on Kindle, but I find it very antiseptic. It does not have the touch, feel, the smell of paper. All that is not there at all. So to that extent, I think physical books are still a preferred media.
Yes. Since we are talking so much about books and writing, my next question is related to being a writer, which is, we can never be a perfect at any profession. And even today, I feel like I am making so many mistakes. So, out of your experience, tell us what is that one rookie mistake which you have observed many writers making, and how can that be avoided?
Actually, I think there are two mistakes. And this is for any writer who's starting off. So I suppose that's what you mean by rookie writer. The first is waiting too long. So, for example, if I've written a book,
Hmm.
I always want it to it to be done by the best publisher. So I keep waiting till the best publisher or one of the top names pick up the book, and that doesn't happen. So that sets a that sets a kind of a frustration in the writer, and therefore if you notice the success stories of a number of writers, if you look at Ashwin Sanghi, look at Amish Tripathi, look at J.K. Rowling, they were all self-published.
Hmm.
But somehow when we start writing, we believe the traditional route is the way to go. And we keep waiting and waiting and waiting. And before you know, years have passed. So that's the first mistake. The second mistake I think which writers do is, I'm sorry, I'm talking both from the publishing side, but I think that's important. The second thing which they do is they're too eager to publish. So
Hmm.
that's the second variety of people. And one of the things I very firmly believe is that when you've written a product, what we call traditionally test marketing the product, or doing what we call a dry run of the product, it's very important to have your product or your effort, whether it's a poem or a story or a novella or a novel, whatever it is, to be read by people.
Yes.
And if you are targeting a particular audience, you must get it read by that audience. If you are targeting across a spectrum of audience, you must give it to various age groups. Because then once you start getting the feedback, you can improve your story. Because unfortunately, what happens is when we create a product, we start getting so invested in it that we forget that at the end of the day, the reader has to read it.
Hmm.
So what is the feedback which I'm getting on that product? What does that reader feel? That I think is very important. And I think a lot of people don't do enough beta reading before they put their product out for people to see on a commercial basis.
Which is very true. And I have also realized this from my own books that I made these very mistakes that you are telling me about. So I have learned those very, out of experience. Bitter truth. My last question to you is
Sorry, hello Mona, hi, nice to see you here. Someone just
Hey,
joined.
hello. Yes. Oh, hi. Thank you for joining. So my last question to you is what can we expect from you next? Are you working on a novel? Do we expect a novel from you sometime soon?
Yes, so my novel is already with my agent. So let's see what happens. Because 2021 is going to be slow because of the whatever we have faced in the last year. So let's see when that comes out. It's tentatively called The Scarred Earth. So let's see. I'm hoping it will come out sometime, at least in the first half of the year. And there are a couple of other ideas floating in my mind. I also have another set of about close to 15, 16 short stories. So maybe there could be another anthology. That's it.
Oh, so we have at least two books coming out, hopefully in
At
this in
least
this.
two. Yeah, the novel is first. The other one, I don't know. I have not. I just need to put it together, but I've not made that effort.
Okay, that one push is required. I know that goes with every writer, I believe. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's wonderful, and all the best to you for those two upcoming books. I am really excited to read them. So
Thank you
now
so much.
I have a few questions which you have to answer without thinking much, and it's called the rapid fire round. Are you ready for that?
Oh, good goodness. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
How rapid is rapid?
Yes, yes, you can't think and answer. You have to think whatever comes to your mind.
Okay.
My first question is a popular book that let you down.
Oh, that's simple. War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy.
Okay.
I couldn't get
Interesting.
beyond the first 10 pages. Yeah. Because one expects the French, the French invasion of Russia and so on, and read a lot about Napoleon. But you get, three Abid stories over three families. So it was very disappointing. I know it's a very feted book in the market, but I couldn't go through it.
Okay. My next question is one thing that differentiates you as a writer and as a reader.
I think responsibility. I can be an irresponsible reader, but I have to be a very responsible writer.
Very true,
So
very true.
responsibility, because when I'm writing, I must know what kind of an impact is it making either on people or on society, and to that extent, I must be responsible. But I can read irresponsibly. I can read whatever catches my fancy at that point of time.
True. So, my next question appreciation or critical feedback? What motivates you more?
Both. I feel as a writer, I must be like a sponge, because if I don't have negative criticism, I cannot improve my craft. And if I do not have positive feedback, I'm never going to feel motivated enough to write. So both are equally important to me.
True, true.
Sorry,
Next
I'm sitting
question.
on the fence here, but I
No,
really
but
mean it.
what you said, I agree with it. Both are required equally. And my next question is related to somewhat that only. Awards or rewards? What is more important in your opinion?
Rewards. The reward of good feedback, the reward of people appreciating your book. Because I don't know that how the awards come about, how you get nominated, how you put your name up. I have no idea. So maybe I'm too new in this game, but at this point of time, rewards.
Okay. And one last rapid fire question. On your day off, are you more likely to stay at home or are you more likely to go out?
Day off, I'm more likely to stay at home.
Okay. Interesting. So that's it. That's all the questions. I'm exhausted with my questions. Now, if you have any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer.
Absolutely. I want to know, this is something I've read your book, The Art of Being Grateful, and there were some stories which are very nice. I want to know how did you start your writing journey? What started it?
So I have been writing poems since I was a teenager, and I used to do journal writing, like a typical teenager who writes their diary, dear diary moments, that kind of a thing I have been into since I was a teenager. But
Right.
professionally, I can say that I became a writer after, you know, being everywhere. I have been a marketing executive, I have been a teacher, I have been into content writing, which also I do now free as a freelance writer. But as an author and editor, my journey began in 2017.
And was there any one person who kind of influenced you to, or it was there always inside you? Do you have
No,
any
the
one person who really pushed you into writing, or was it something
no,
there inside?
no, there was no particular one person. But whatever I wrote, I got some very good feedback on it, and I shared it with friends and family who I trust, and they were always of the opinion that it needs to go to more people. So yeah, that always motivated me to continue writing.
Okay, yeah, before we go any further, it's your anniversary today or yesterday or something?
It was on 21st February.
Oh my God, maybe I'm quite a dinosaur when it comes to social media, so I may have got the date
Yeah,
wrong.
no problem.
Okay.
I mean, the post is still getting comments, so it's very rude to
Oh,
call out
possibly that's the
publicly
reason. Maybe it's popped
people
up.
telling me happy anniversary. I don't want to comment and say you are late, so I just say thank you.
Okay. Now tell me, the normal thing we hear from publishers is the fact that a novel works better than a short story. Why do you think that's true?
I
What is your
have been
feeling?
I have been
Since
trying to
both
put
of us
my
write short
head around
stories,
this. I also have been trying to put my head around this, that why don't short stories work as much as novels do, and why are publishers so reluctant to publish a book of short stories or poems? I have faced resistance for both my books. Rustic Mind was a collection of poems which also faced resistance when it came to publishing. They were like, no, we don't do poems, we only do novels. And then I faced some resistance with my other two books as well, where publishers said, no, we don't do microfiction. So I believe they are very you know unsure about how such books will be received. Novels have a certain weightage when it comes to sales and marketing. I believe maybe that's why.
yeah,
Probably.
because one would expect that with with the shorter attention span, etc., short forms would be more prevalent, but it doesn't appear to be so. Although having said that, a number of writers are now getting into novellas rather than full-length novels. We are seeing a lot of novellas coming out,
Yes.
so maybe hopefully we'll get there to short stories somewhere.
Yes, and actually, I started doing shorter versions of writing only because of this. My second book, The Untold Stories, it's a collection of micro tales. I wrote it only keeping in mind the short attention span of people, because which is something even I am doing since the past few years. I don't engage in long form reading now. I only read books which I can complete in 2 or 3 days. So yeah,
And,
I
and what took you, sorry, what took you to Netherlands? How did you land up in Netherlands? I
So
mean,
my husband is in a completely different field. He's a technical person, and he has been traveling for work to Netherlands since 2018. And we have been trying to make the move since 2008, 19, end of 2019. That's how it came. So it's basically
okay.
his work that got me here.
Right. Now you write a number of types. I know you write poetry. I know you write short form. Which for you is the most important, or which is your preferred genre? Type of writing. Do you like to write poetry? Do you like to write short stories? Do you like to write the long form? What do
I
you like?
definitely, I definitely enjoy poetry the most because It's like second skin to me now, I believe. It comes very naturally to me, and at the same time, it's also very challenging. So it excites me as well as, gives me motivation.
So, who's your favorite poet?
I am going to go out on a limb here and say someone's name who's not, of the classic era. But Rupi Kaur is someone I enjoy, and because she writes such short poetry which hits the point in very few words, she's someone I really enjoy.
Good, good. I know my daughter reads her also because she keeps sending me these short, on Instagram. So I see that as well. Now tell me, as far as you write short stories, so what according to you uh, makes a good short story? What are the ingredients for a good short story? What would you say are the two, three, four ingredients which make a great short story?
Uh, For me, the beginning is the very important thing because the first two lines, if you can get that correct, the reader is hooked right away. And
Hmm.
besides that, how you are narrating it, how visual is your writing? Like the reader should be able to visualize in their minds what you are writing. That's another second important factor.
Okay.
And how many characters you are putting. If you put too many characters in a short story, it's bound to fail, I believe, because it's a short story. You have to finish it in about 10 pages maximum. So you can't put many characters into it. So the number of characters is one more factor. And besides that, the ending. A few of my short stories have, got a feedback from readers saying that it ended too soon. So this is something I have consciously started working on now. Uh, that is, bringing it up to a proper end. My stories, I believe, lack that or used to lack that. I hope it doesn't happen now. So yes,
And other than writing, what are your other passions? What do you like to do other than writing?
traveling, but it has taken a backseat because of the pandemic lately.
That's true. That's true. So, what are you working on now? What is your next project? What can we expect from you next?
So I have been promoting on social media since the past 1 week now that my debut novel is coming out on 8th March. That's one project which is done,
So
and
it's coming out on 8th March. It's all ready. But
it's
that's
already,
Monday. Wow.
yes, Monday.
Oh, fantastic. So, and what's it called?
So it's called Love Triangle, and it's a contemporary romance rom-com. And it's the first time that I have engaged in long-form creative writing. So I'm excited, but I'm also nervous as to how it will be received. Let's see.
And so it's long form means how many words would it have
Uh,
approximately?
Approximately 41,000 words.
Okay, that's very manageable. And now tell me, you've spoken about rom-com, but as a genre of writing, so between all the genres of writing, which are the one which you like the most?
So rom-com is my guilty pleasure, but other than that, I enjoy fantasy.
Wow, okay, right. And how would you describe yourself? Tell us something about you that nobody knows about. So if I were to ask you describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Hardworking. I don't give up easily. And if I have taken a task at hand, I go in 100% and I don't give up till I have, that 100% satisfaction in my mind. Ki, yes,
That's nice.
Manali has
That's
given
nice.
her best. This is the best she can do.
No, it's interesting because there are lots of analogies on that because a lot of people feel that talent can only take you somewhere until up to a point. After that, it's all hard work. And between Vinod Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar, it's a very good example because apparently when they first started playing together when they were very young, Kambli was apparently a better batsman, but it was Sachin's hard work which took him to where he was.
So
So
hard work and resilience.
hard
I
work pays. Yeah,
don't give up. Yeah.
absolutely. All right, that's it. I don't have any other questions for you. Nothing I can think of right now.
Wonderful. I enjoyed answering those questions. I don't think anybody has asked me such, in-depth questions before. Thank you so much.
And so, this book of yours, which you're bringing out, are you self-publishing it or someone is publishing it?
Yeah, yeah. Self-published. Amazon KDP.
KDP, right, right. And how is the experience of publishing on KDP?
It's been wonderful so far because it's very hassle free. They respond to your any problems as soon as possible, and the royalties come in on time. There is 100% transparency. You can see your sales report e- every month. In fact, every day. It's very real time. So whenever a copy is sold, it's immediately visible to you. And yeah, it's been good so far.
So tell me something with self-publishing, being so easy and so rewarding in terms of the royalties, etc. Why do people still want to go behind traditional publishers? Why do you think that thing, that aura is still there, right? People normally would not go for self-publishing if they have an option of traditional publishing. Why do you think that is there?
So one factor I believe is very important here is the reachability. A traditional publisher has a lot of reachability than you alone as a self-publishing agent. And another thing I believe is that having a traditional publisher, it fine tunes your work to a different level because they have their own team of editors, cover designers who will give a completely new look to your book, which you alone might not be able to do, and you might have to also invest a lot of time as well as money into it.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so
Yes.
these are the two factors I believe which traditional publishing is still so relevant, still so lucrative for so many people.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I don't have any other questions for you yet.
Yeah,
I
so this
think
has been a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much. I do believe you also had some rapid fire questions for me if I'm not, you know,
I have already asked those rapid fire questions.
yeah. Okay, we are done for
I
today then.
didn't put them in a different category, so I just asked them the way they were.
Okay, that's wonderful then, Bhaskar. This was a wonderful conversation. I wish you a good weekend and good night now. Do keep in
Same to
touch
you.
and
Thank you so much. It was lovely
all
talking
the
to you.
best. All the best to your upcoming books and whatever writing projects you are working on.
And all the best for your upcoming novel, which we hopefully will see a day after tomorrow.
Yes, I am hoping so too. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
All the
Bye.
very best.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.